Hello everyone, my name is Pauli Lohen and this is Inderes TV. Kempower reported today their financial results from the first quarter of 2024, and I'm interviewing the company CEO Tomi Ristimäki. Hi Tomi.
Hi Pauli. Thanks again inviting me here.
So looking to your financial performance, Q1 was a bit tough for Kempower, so what were the main reasons for the challenging quarter?
I think there is the slowness on the market coming, I think piling up from actually this fear of the component shortage, accumulating a lot of orders, a lot of deliveries last year, and then those, when you have the grid companies are not delivering the grid connections, then you are piling up into the storage, and it's actually, if you have stock full of goods, you will not order more, and then it is actually looking at that situation is probably the biggest. Of course, there was the impact on the structure in Finland for the quarter, like we said, with our profit warning in the end of the quarter, when we first time were guiding like a single quarter because we knew that it will be anyway more difficult.
Yeah, you reiterated your full year guidance, and that assumes very steep sales growth towards the end of the year. So what makes you confident enough to assume such strong growth in the...
As all of our forecasts, they are based on actual customer cases, and I think we have a strong customer sales pipeline. And even you couldn't see it probably on the figures, I'm very happy on the new customers we actually were able to acquire in the Q1. Normally the first deliveries to new customers are not that big yet, but I'm looking at the quality of the customers and what kind of... We have fuel retailers, there is car manufacturing, there is different kind of depots for buses and trucks, so it's promising a lot for the future, and that's where we base our estimations on the actual customer cases and actual forecasts, and looking at this from that angle.
Well, you updated your product portfolio recently, and the mass production of these new products will be wrapped up during Q2. Do you see that as a key driver for order intake, or how do you see it?
Definitely, if there is the ramp up and that we have customers waiting for the new product, and we have to be able to respond to that demand, so definitely a key figure in the success of this year.
Well then, looking at the big picture and the whole market, what do you think are the main drivers for the activity to improve and operators to speed up their investments?
I think we are looking at we based our estimation also on in analyzing how many battery electric cars you have compared to DC fast charging points, and we see lack of infrastructure in many countries. It's actually now to see that Finland was behind, and we are actually a lot ahead of Norway, for example, compared to cars versus charging points. And now we have a situation like in this more advanced EV countries as well, that the infrastructure is lagging behind. Because we see the amount of cars all the time increasing. Even the percentage is lower, but we see steady growth in the electric vehicles all the time.
So there is pent-up demand, but we need some triggers to make customers do the decisions.
And then actually that we need the market to that. We talk with transformer manufacturers, we see that maybe there the slowness of deliveries from transformers, getting the grid connections is getting better, and that's actually helping the market. And definitely when you see that DC chargers, not only Kempower DC chargers, the stocks, they are meant for installation, not for resales. So they definitely want to get them installed, and that's driving the things forward.
Yeah. Do you see, if you look to commercial vehicles, how do you see the market? Is there similar maybe weakness than in the public charging?
Maybe some areas, if you look at like a government subsidies, it's different games, and we'll see in Nordics that there is actually more heavy support for the commercial vehicles. We have weaker support today in Germany because they are saving money by the government, but overall the commercial vehicle market is in the beginning. If you look at the buses are actually public transportation, we saw a little bit spike on the demand actually, and that those projects are going through. But when you look at trucks, that's a new market. And even I said in some earlier discussions that the charging network needs to be built first before the trucks can be actually employed. But it's now we see that the electric trucks manufacturing is ramping up by the manufacturers. So before you have the cars, it's the massive deployments are not happening. So I expect actually the public charging of personal cars being the main market this year. But we see by 2030 that the biggest DC charging one will be the trucks. So this is also where R&D is focusing on.
Okay, interesting. Well, then some of your key competitors have faced serious financial trouble recently. How do you see the competitive landscape evolving?
As a new opportunity in certain markets, definitely. If you have a major for example, we have one competitor who is more out of the market today, and which have been strong in certain markets like USA and Australia. So of course this will affect the demand for all the others. Of course, I don't like the failure of anybody in the new industry, because it actually is that the whole industry growth is in this growth market is actually a very positive sign. Look at competitive landscape, I think there will be new players. We see some new entrants to the market. There is some interesting technology shown on the fairs. And that's also telling the growth of the market, that it's not that we are losing players. I think the new ones are taking the position. Some are losing market share, some are gaining.
Okay, thank you, Tomi.
Thank you.